What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the Uverse? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the conclusion of the Season 1 build series on Empress. Oh, my beautiful girl. I didn't even check to make sure my big main camera is recording. Yeah, it is. Good. All right. We're still recording. Cool. All right, I got to catch up to these guys. I wanted to take a second to wrap up and give you guys my thoughts on the mods that I installed on Empress during Season 1. Now I'm gonna recap these in episode order. It's not necessarily release date order, because I'm gonna put the CRG Arrows, which should have been number 1 and came out as episode 0.5, because they actually got released in like episode 6 or something like that. But it was the first thing I did because I had them left over. I pulled them off at Duchess. I really wanted to use them on this very bike. So I put them on right away. I hate factory mirrors. So episode 0.5, let's get going on it. The CRG Arrow mirrors, as you guys can tell, I got the CRG Arrows on both sides. I got the CRG bar end adapters on both sides. That does add quite a bit of cost to a bike. I will definitely admit that adds a whole bunch of cost. Look at all these bugs and shit, man. I mean, I hope my lens is clean. I can barely see. But I do highly recommend it, and one of the reasons why I recommend not hesitating in spending $260 in this case on bar ends and bar end adapters is because these are life safety. You know, we're not, with an Aprilia, we're not as fortunate as Triumph, or we're not as blessed as Triumph riders who get factory bespoke, really nice bar end mirrors. I love the bar end mirrors on Triumphs. They're just quality. So I got the CRGs. I absolutely love them. Let's move on to episode number 1. Episode number 1 was the Moto Dynamic Tail Tidy. And yes, I will always put a tail tidy on my bike, especially if you guys remember what the Aprilia Tuono license plate mount looks like. It looks like she's getting an enema. It really does. She's got a giant stick sticking out of her ass, and I absolutely hated it from the day I got it. And I went with the Moto Dynamic tail tidy instead of like the Yoshimura or a whole bunch of other tail tidies that were out, because it was it's Moto Dynamic. It's absolute top quality stuff. I know the powder coating is going to hold up for years. I know it's quality metal, it's thick gauge, it's strong. But I also really like the component design of the Moto Dynamic tail tidy, in that when I first installed it, I could put the factory rear blinkers on it and have those little ears. And then, whoa, dude, line of sight, brother. Line of sight, get yourself through a turn. Don't cross the doubles. And then when I decided on which integrated tail I was going to go with, I could just pull those off, slap on the integrated tail light, and pull off the little ears, and it has a beautiful, clean look. So while, yes, they are a little expensive, while the Moto Dynamic unit isn't necessarily what everybody considers to be the absolute bee's knees, best you can buy or whatever, I disagree with them. I fucking love it, and I would do it again. It comes with an LED license plate light, and that is the one issue that I've had. I've noticed on a couple occasions while washing Empress that some water has gotten into those LEDs. So it's not perfectly sealed, and I need to, this winter, I need to go back and seal that sucker up. That brings me to episode number 2. Number 2 was the Moto Dynamic Stealth Integrated Taillight. And the only reason why I didn't go immediately with the Moto Dynamic is because when I got Empress, they weren't available yet. So I had to wait for them to come available, and then for them to get into stock, which actually happened 1 week. I was on the auto notify list, and I got that email 1 week after I bought the integrated, or the, sorry, focusing on a turn, and not doing a good job of it. 1 week after I got the tail tidy installed. There we go, words. I got the email saying, hey, we've got them in stock, you want them? Click, buy now, ship it. So that went right on. I love Moto Dynamic integrated taillights. I hear a lot of great things about TFT Industries, and I really like them. They look great. There are a few other integrateds that are okay. The New Rage Cycles that came out is a integrated taillight and tail tidy all in one. Really like New Rage Cycle stuff, man. They do some quality stuff, but that came out like 9 months after I bought Empress. She wasn't going to have factory blinkers there on her ass for nearly that long. So trying to remember this. It's been a while since I ran this road down. All right, so yes, would I do Moto Dynamic for either one of them, tail tidy or integrated tail light? Hell yeah, definitely. Mega go, yes. I would do all Moto Dynamic stuff. I absolutely love them. I've always done them. They're good shit. What was episode 3? Oh yeah, I know I'm driving. Shut up. I can't remember what episode 3 was. What's up, Jigsaw Bra? Oh, yes, episode 3. Episode 3 was something that I got because I got a gift card. There's no other way that I would have bought what I bought for episode 3 without a gift card. And those were the CRG Continuous Strand Carbon Fiber Shorty Flavor fucking badass levers. Yeah, clutch and brake together was like 280 bucks, 300 bucks. Who's counting between friends? Would I do it again? Somebody else's money? Hell yeah. Just trying to spend Christmas money? Hell yeah. Gotta earn it Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Oh, there are some really good options out there that are like half the price, and I'd probably go that way. But they're absolutely beautiful. I love the infinite adjustability on them. I've been able to dial them in to exactly how I like them. It's kind of funny. Other people get on my bike and they don't like how my levers are. I don't care. It's my bike. But yeah, that's just the way it is. Yeah, no. So that brings us into episode 4. Episode 4 is the stomp grips. And I really like stomp grips. I even like the brand stomp grips. I know there's been some discussion amongst motorcycle riders about stomp grips and the shit leaving adhesive on your tank, or being a pain in the ass to get off, or they don't last long enough. I really like them because they stick, they work, they're releasable, and I love the clear because I like the lines of the Aprilia Tuono factory. I've always thought it was an absolutely beautiful bike in the tricolore or tripole livery, which is what we have here. Well, that's what you get on the factory. Is that Triumph behind me still? Yep, okay. So for me, stomp grips are a definite yes to recommend. It's really easy to recommend. They're an awesome product. They're really, really good. So far that's 4 out of 4 that I would do again. Sometimes not with my own money, but I'd still do it. Let her sing. Touch them trips. Oh, she's a beautiful girl. Oh, yeah. Which brings us to episode 5. Episode 5 is what my butt is sitting on here, and initially in the thumbnail, I thought it was going to really help with kind of like my Diavel seats did when I changed around and I got the performance gel seat on the Diavel. It really helped my overall comfort. Dude, what are you doing? Sorry, I had to sit there, or had to remember to wave to my guy behind me, let him know when it was safe and when it was complete that damn pass now, boy. But the Sport Comfort Gel seat, the Aprilia Gel seat, whatever the hell they're calling it, $150 is not a bad price for a factory official seat. I didn't notice a big difference in comfort. I really didn't notice a big difference. Maybe another half an hour that I could ride on the bike. So it's, for me, 150 bucks I would spend elsewhere. Like, honestly, for me, if it was between getting the CRG continuous strand or getting another line of the CRG levers and the comfort gel seat, I'd just get the continuous strand levers. Yes, I like the continuous strand levers that much. It would just be where I'm not getting something else because I'm getting these, you know what I'm saying. You understand what I'm getting at. Oh, that's a Ducati. Which takes me down to episode 6. Episode 6 is this ram mount that I've been using right here, and I used the center post mount, and I absolutely love it. I have not had a problem. It's rock solid, it's stable. I have not lost a phone. Notice how I am using the rubber tether that comes with the X grip. This is the second one because, like everybody else, as soon as I got it, I threw away the tether. I thought that fucking thing was useless. But order another one through ram mounts, absolutely no problem. And yes, I highly recommend this. They are an expensive mount, but they are definitely worth it. Let's go to an intermission. That's a good, actually, stopping point. That's about halfway. Let's say hey to Floyd. Hi, Floyd. Sorry, I added one.
Is that Jeff?
Is that Floyd?
Open your shit.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Yeah, I was up there at the top of high grade. I'm like, Floyd, there goes everybody. Shit, get on the bike. Whoa, that got moved. How did that move? That's not good. I gotta check my camera. So episode 7 is this lovely double bubble Puig windscreen. It was a bit of a pain in the ass to install. I definitely recommend, if you get one, check out my video. I've of course got a link up there in the top right to the playlist, and it is episode number 7, but I've found some pretty easy ways to replace the windshield on the Aprilia Tuono. It doesn't take that long, and with a little bit of fidgeting you can actually close up these gaps a little bit better, and it doesn't look nearly as bad as it did when I first did it. Episode 8 is these beautiful New Rage Cycles front blinkers. Oh, I absolutely love them. Honestly, it's something I get the most comments on when people notice them. They're like, dude, what are those? I need those. They're a little spendy, but they're all American made. They're all CNC'd. They're absolutely gorgeous quality. They're really bright, and they function perfectly. So if you can afford it, I definitely recommend getting them. And while you're out there, toss in MtnMoto into the promo code at checkout and see if you can still get 15% off. I honestly don't know how long they're going to leave that active. Might still work. Give it a shot. Yeah, why not? What the hell? Doesn't hurt. Episode 9 is the LED headlights, and I have not had a chance to test a modification that we did. When I first installed the Eye of Megatron bulbs in this bike, the bulbs were vertical, and it cast a really weird pattern. Basically what it did was it cast a rectangle out in front of the bike about 20 feet out, and it was bright as daylight, but there was a very hard line to where that rectangle was, and no light bleed happened at all outside of it. So it actually made the bike pretty unsafe to ride at night. I don't ride much at night as it is, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But one of the things that we came up with, Steve and I came up with, is we thought maybe if we turn it sideways, i.e. horizontal, rotated the bulbs 90 degrees, and we had to do some modifications. I had to break out the Dremel and cut a notch in it at the 90 degree mark and kind of replicate the bulb holder notch at 90 degrees rotated from where it was. The thought is that that'll catch the reflectors better, and I should get a better light pattern, at least comparable to what the factory was, which wasn't great, but it wasn't nearly as bad as this was. So hold off until I ride at night and we can make a determination of whether or not that $80 was wasted or money well spent. I'm really not sure yet, but I do have the factory bulbs. I can toss them back in. Just sucks going back to halogens in a $20,000 2018 bike. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's one thing I don't like about Aprilia is halogen lighting. Is like, come on guys, 21st century, get with it. The next one, what episode was it? I know what it is, but it's episode number 10, is the Akrapovic carbon fiber slip-on exhaust with the race map ECU code. Yes, I definitely recommend getting the Akrapovic exhaust for this bike. There are other exhausts out there that look great and sound great. They're not factory supported, and you can't buy it with the unlock code, so you have to buy a race ECU, or you have to send off your ECU to get it flashed, or you have to buy an open flash tuner, or whatever you have to do, which is just additional money. I got the Akrapovic on a group buy on Facebook. Highly recommend doing that, because I got it for basically half price. It unlocks this bike and made Empress what she is. Absolutely fabulous. I mean, just incredibly fabulous. So yes, do it. Episode 11 was a two-parter where we installed the Shorty LFX LiPo battery and the USB port right up here. The LiPo battery, I'm not really sure what huge effect it had. It's considerably lighter, so your sprung mass goes down a lot. I can't remember exactly what it was. Go watch the video. One thing I can say that is definitely a big positive for it is that I don't have any hot start issues anymore. I can ride the bike, let it get up to full temperature, stop and get gas, hop back on, she starts right up. And anybody who's been on the Aprilia forums knows that's kind of been an issue. So I think the LiPo battery having such a higher cold cranking amps rating definitely helps in that area. The USB port is a no-brainer, man. You got to do it. Now that the prices come down to reasonable cost, I think it's like 30 bucks for the Aprilia part number that says it will only work on a 2016. Clearly, see it? Yeah. It works on a 2018. It works on a 2019. It works on all of them. So, yeah, drop the coin, get the Aprilia factory part, and put it on, and then you can always charge your shit. Number 12 is another two-parter. The first part of that honestly should have been in the top 5 because it's a mod that I highly recommend, and almost every experienced rider highly recommends putting on a bike as soon as you can, and that is frame sliders. Frame sliders are not just for crashes at high speed. They're also for low speed bumbles and dumbassery. You know, when you just drop your bike because you come to a stop, you swear you put the kickstand down, but it's not fully engaged. The bike rolls forward a couple inches and falls off the kickstand right onto the side and cracks a fairing. So I went with the RNG arrows. They've got a few different options. I like them. I like the lines. They're nice and tucked in. They're nice and small. I recommend them. Yeah, good money spent. Do it in the first 5 things. Do it in the first couple weeks that you got the bike, and protect your frame. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. The second thing that I did was the AMP 2.0, the Aprilia Multimedia Platform 2.0, the Bluetooth module that enables this bike to display call information, display track information, to transmit track meaning music, to transmit your telemetry to your phone so that you can record it, all of which I haven't used, honestly. I listen to music, and this is actually one of the downfalls of the AMP 2.0, is it displays the track information down here in the bottom left, the first song that you listen to, not the second and the third and the fourth and every song thereafter. It only displays the first. It doesn't, you can't see anything else. It doesn't automatically clear. You have to push a button to get rid of it, and I haven't figured out how to bring it back. It's stupid integration. It doesn't work. It's crap. Honestly, the rest of it is all just gimmickry, and that's money that I definitely, in retrospect, would have saved and put to something else, like season 2 parts and pieces. But anyway, yeah, don't buy the AMP 2.0. It's stupid. It's legit dumb. It's just a waste of cash. And sadly, I've had a couple of those on this, but that's gonna happen. You're gonna break some eggs. Whatever. Go back to work the next day and make some more money. That's just kind of what I do. That brings us to episode 13. Lucky number 13, where Empress got her gold ring, or her absolutely beautiful jewelry. And that is, of course, the MtnMoto full custom anodized tri-pole rear sets. Absolutely love them. In my opinion, they are the best rear sets you can buy for the Aprilia Tuono because they retain the use of the factory brake switch. So these are road legal racing rear sets. How about that? Road legal racing rear sets that are sexy as all freaking get out. Are they spendy? Yes. Yes, they are spendy. Is every set of quality racing rear sets spendy? Yes. Every set you see out there, Woodcraft, Rizoma, you name it, Satos, they're all about the same price, plus or minus 50 bucks. I would get the MtnMotos. Hands down, every single time. Clearly, because I did. And that wraps up season 1, all the mods that I did to my beautiful Empress on her way to becoming the ultimate Aprilia Tuono factory, in my humble opinion. Until the next time, which will be when we're kicking off season 2, keep that shiny side up, ladies and gentlemen. You know I love each and every one of you guys. Peace.